Viewer at another episode from the Techno India studio. And today we come with a slightly different kind of program from the ones that have come before. Our program is titled Rupkatha, and in this particular segment we shall be celebrating the lives and stories of students who have gone on to do remarkable things and who have achieved a significant amount of success very early on in their professional journeys. And today I have with me one such student. His name is Ripon, and he is a final year student, soon to be alumnus, and he has done a lot of things which, if I were to describe fully in detail, it would take quite a long time, so I will try and be as brief as possible. Ripon is a student of CSBS, Computer Science and Business Systems, and he's currently working as an intern, if I'm not wrong, as an AI engineer at A21.ai. Ripon has, for those of you in the know, he has through TCS Code Vita, he has cracked the TCS digital examination. He has also cracked Geeks for Geeks, and as Ripon was telling me before the show, he has been a regionalist finalist at the prestigious ACM International Collegiate Programming Contest. It is a very prestigious one, and students from all around the world participate in this contest. Ripon was one of them. He participated from our university. So I would like to welcome Ripon. Welcome, Ripon.
Yeah. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us today. And so to begin, I would just like to ask Ripon, so much success early on in your career, how does it feel?
Like, I am feeling overwhelmed and grateful. Like, I'm excited also. Like, I'm starting a new phase of my life. So like, it's feeling like it's a different feeling than what I'm doing throughout my 4 year. Like, it's a new phase of life. Like, I'm excited to start this.
Right, I see. And how does it feel to come as a guest to the place where you were as a student for so long? How does that feel?
Yeah, this is the first time interview like this I'm attending. So like, I'm pretty much excited and somewhat nervous. Or like, I can say I'm grateful to my parents, my seniors, and everyone that supported me along my journey.
Right. It's good that you mentioned that, because my next question was going to be on that. And you see, that's all what this program is about. This program is dedicated to celebrating Ripon's success, yes, surely, but it is also a program where we talk about the people who sometimes remain behind the scenes, who are instrumental for the success. One might say it's a bit like working back end in an office. All we see is the front end. And to begin, who do you think is a little in the sidelines and whose name perhaps will not come up when people talk about your success, but who has been absolutely instrumental to you being where you are today? Is it your parents? Is it your grandparents? Is it your friends? Is it neighbors? Is it brother? Is it sister? What would you say?
Like, there are certain, like, I have certain friends who have supported me throughout my like whole 4 year, and there are certain seniors that like helped me throughout like cracking all this stuff. And I would like to mention my parents as well, because they supported me throughout like my whole journey. They have supported me always, my sister, my mother, and my father. Like, I don't have any problems with like from financial side to like what I want to do in my future. They have supported me always.
Right.
Yeah.
I see. And what about this particular career path that you are in right now, an AI engineer? Is this something that you always knew that you would pursue, or is it something that maybe someone influenced you, or you read about it somewhere, or something like that? When did that happen, and how did that happen?
So there is a very interesting story about it. Like,
Right.
I at the start of my first year, like, I don't want to pursue computer science or BTech degree. I wanted to pursue mathematics or statistics
That's very
as a core
interesting.
degree. But later I found out like I was not much familiar with the analytical mathematics. So I was mostly good with algebra all this stuff. So like so then I found out about BTech and computer science. I had an interest in it, so I chose this degree to have a career on. Then then there is a pandemic period, like around
yes.
1.5 year.
Yeah.
I started online. So like I initially, like I had no idea how college works. Around like in my fourth semester, I came to TIU as an like to attend college offline.
Mhm.
Then I had interaction with a lot of seniors, a lot of alumnus from like our past pass outs. And then like I started participating in hackathons. I got to know about machine learning and AI stuffs from hackathons actually. Like in my second year I got finalist of Smart India Hackathon.
Right.
So like the problem statement was related to machine learning and AI, so I got an interest from there. Then I like pursued it with my own interest. I had a course on like in my semester as well, in my sixth and fifth semester on AI. So I my interest generally increased. So I studied it and like I got a career over it right now.
You mentioned something which I think was so relevant to a lot of us on the planet, which is that you started college as an online activity.
Yeah.
And then it's only in your fourth semester did you truly experience college in, as you say, in an offline mode or in a physical mode.
Yeah.
So can you tell me a little bit about what was the biggest difference in attending classes online in your house and coming here and actually meeting people, friends, professors? What would you say is the main difference between these two modes? Because as you will know, today a lot of people talk about online education, but you experienced both. You experienced both online and offline. So what was the experience coming to TIU for the first time physically? What was so different?
So for me, I think there are pros and cons of everything. Like online mode has its pros and cons, offline mode has its pros and cons. So for online, like you can learn a lot of things like sitting at your home. Like currently what I'm doing, I'm doing an internship, right? It's remote right now. I don't have to go to office. So in office, like in home internship is different. Like I want to experience in office as well,
Right.
because like personally I'm not much like I'm not much able to follow a particular schedule. At my schedule is very, what can I say,
Erratic.
Yeah.
I can imagine.
Like, I'm not able to follow a particular schedule throughout my whole day. So like if I am able to go to office, like I think I'll be a bit more sophisticated with my
That's a good word to
whole
use.
day, I guess.
Right. So tell me something. When you first entered the doors of college, did you have a particular dream or a plan in mind that you are on your way to achieving today? Or is it that when you first came here, you didn't have any specific dream and the path that you're on now is something that just happened in life? Which one is it?
So there is another story about it. Like in online period, I had no interaction with seniors or whatsoever, like seniors or professors, you can say. So after coming to this offline mode, or like you can say in TIU, like I got to interact with a lot of seniors.
Right.
So I got a whole lot different perspective about like what I can pursue in my future.
Right.
So they motivated me a lot throughout. Like you can say I have joined a lot of tech communities around.
Right.
Like in TIU we have a lot of tech communities. So there are a lot of good seniors. They can help you. Like it's like generally it's for everyone actually.
Right.
Like students who are generally in first year or second year, they should join these tech communities. They will get a lot of different perspective about technical aspects.
You bring up something very important, which is the importance of seniors or previous generations and sharing their experiences with those who are students in the present. Without it, I think the college education or the college experience is perhaps not complete. And as he says, we have a lot of very interesting and very robust and exciting tech communities in TIU, which if you don't go to, you miss out on a lot of things, right? You miss out on the social experience, you miss out on knowing where the pathways are, where the doorways are towards professional future success. And do you have any memories of any particular community that really blew your mind or that really formed you as an individual at campus?
Yeah.
Would you like to share that story with us?
Yeah, definitely. So like after I mentioned Smart India Hackathon earlier, right?
Yes.
So after returning from that hackathon, like I joined a technical community we have in TIU. It's
Right.
Google Developer Students Club, Techno India University.
Okay.
So I met a lot of good seniors over there.
Right.
So on different fields, different domains, different technical with different technical backgrounds.
Right.
So I didn't have an idea about there are this amount of technical what I can say, there are I am an AI engineer right now,
Right, of course.
So there is AI in machine learning.
Yes.
There is website development. There is Android development or app development, you can say. There is designing UI UX. So I didn't have a much idea about all these fields in detail.
Right.
I got to know about all these fields in detail when I joined a technical community, because we organized sessions. Then I joined GDSC TIU as a core member as well. So
Right.
I used to organize events, take sessions.
Right.
We have our own tech fest, you can say.
Right.
We call it Spring Fest of TIU.
Okay.
It's called DevX. So we organized with a significant amount of participants last year.
Right.
It is
I
going
see.
to happen this year as well.
Okay.
So communities help basically.
I think what he says is very important. To truly have or to get the most out of your college experience, it is very important to form bonds. And as he says, these bonds, of course, they have professional advantages, surely, but I'm sure they have personal and non-formal advantages as well. You probably make bonds and friendships that last you throughout your life. So, moving on, I'd like to ask you, what would you like to tell, let's say, students who are, just entering college now and who perhaps have made the transition from schools? What would be your message to them? As in, is there something you would like to say, you know what, guys, ensure that you do this, or please check this out, or don't go through college without getting a taste of this? What would you say?
I would say have a taste of every field, I guess. Like join technical communities, attend conferences,
Right.
or attend events like tech meetups. You will get to network with a lot of people. You will have a lot different perspective about technical fields. You might you don't even know, you might have an interest in certain things that you don't know of right now. You will get to know a lot of things.
I see. And now to ask the question from the opposite side of the spectrum,
Yeah.
is there something that you wish you did differently, that now that your college experience is, let's say, drawing to a close, you will be an alumnus in 1 month or so, is there something you regret not doing, or is there something you wished you had done when you were still at university? Anything like that?
Only thing I wish that pandemic period was not there. So I think my career would have shifted 1 year back.
Right.
So that is the only thing I guess I regret as of now. That's not pretty much when I came to TIU as in in offline mode. So I started looking for friends who are alike me. So I had one friend, his name is Tokir.
Okay.
So I met him around December 2022, I guess. So we had a lot of things in common. We were both fond of coding, AI, machine learning, and all this stuff. We went to hackathons together. I explored 3 places throughout my college life. I went to Chandigarh for Smart India Hackathon.
Okay.
I have been finalist of another national level hackathon. It's called Kavach. I went to Mumbai for attending the finals of this hackathon, and I went to Kerala for ACM ICPC regionals. So I get to travel to a lot of places throughout my college life.
Right.
With my friends actually. So it's a great experience.
You look like someone who is quite experienced in this field of hackathons. You seem to have gone to
Yeah.
a lot of places. So
Yeah.
For students who might be just entering college and who might not know what a hackathon is, would you like to tell them a little as to
Yeah.
what it is and what to expect and why does one go there, or who should go to a hackathon? Would you like to say something about that?
Yeah, definitely. So when I came to college, I also don't have an idea of hackathons.
Okay.
So like I came to college, and the second week, like administration mentioned that there is an internal round of Smart India hackathon happening in our college. So we formed a team of 6 people, and we chose a problem statement. You will be given a problem statement.
Okay.
You have to like build a real life solution that can be used in corporate or government by government organizations.
Right.
So it could be around AI, machine learning, cyber security, blockchain, or whatever technology you can use. You just have to build a real life solution that is working.
Right.
So so you'll be given a problem statement, and you have to build a solution around it. And you can then after building the solution, if you get to the finals, you will have to pitch it to the judges. They will give you marks around it. If you your solution is suitable and industry friendly, then you will win, and then all the steps will happen. Good stuff after that will happen. Like your solution might get taken into industry. Actually, it will get implemented. You will be able to make a lot of money, you can say, or you will be if you want to build your own startup or go into entrepreneurship, you will have a product itself at the end of your college, you can say.
Right. It sounds a bit like Shark Tank for computer engineers.
Yeah, definitely.
It sounds a bit like that. So from his conversation, what I really get is that ambience matters, atmosphere matters, community matters. Because as Ripon said, he didn't know what a hackathon was when he came to university or college. And if you go to an educational space where an administration tells you, there is a hackathon, please participate, or there are seniors who tell you, do this, it, I think, significantly increases your chances of attaining professional success. So to have the right ambience, to have the right attitude, and to be in a place where these possibilities are presented to you as you can do this. If you go out and you try hard, this is possible for you to achieve. This is very important, and I think from his story, this is what I get, that it's very important to have this nurturing environment for a student. Otherwise, you kind of retreat into your own shell. You need people to push you to go out and do stuff. So just to show the wide variety of things happening at TIU, we will take a break from this particular side of things, and I would like to invite a guest to our show. Her name is Priyoshmita, and TIU, as you will know, is a vibrant cultural hub. We have lots of different kinds of activities. From Ripon's statements, it is clear that there is a lot of activity and excitement around the tech side of things. But I would also like to say that in TIU, the culture is never too far behind. We are very, very, very vibrant when it comes to these kinds of things. Look at the programs that we have been holding on our channel. We started with talking about preparation for joint, about medical, about JEE Main, NET, and now we have also held cultural programs as well. So culture, as you will see, is an important part of TIU. And Priyoshmita, thank you so much for joining us. Good morning to you as well. Thank you for joining us today. She's a little shy, but don't let that tell you something about her, because she sings like she's an amazing singer. I was listening to her singing before the program, and it's absolutely glorious. So Priyoshmita, what will you be singing for us today?
Today I am going to sing Ami Jo Jalsa Ghare,
Right.
by Manna De, lyricist Gauri Prasanna Majumdar, and music composer Anil Bakshi sir.
Right. So are you ready to blow our minds?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So over to you, please.
আমি যে জলসা ঘরে বেলোয়ারি ঝাড়, আমি যে জলসা ঘরে নিশি ফুরালে কেহ চায় না আমায়, জানি গো আর নিশি ফুরালে চায় না আমায় জানি গো আর আমি যে জলসা ঘরে বেলোয়ারি ঝাড় আমি যে জলসা ঘরে আমি যে আতর গো আতর দানে ভরা আমি যে আতর ও গো আতর দানে ভরা আমারি কাজ হলো যে গন্ধে খুশি করা কে তারে রাখে মনে ফুরালে হায় গন্ধ যে তার কে তারে রাখে মনে ফুরালে হায় গন্ধ যে তার আমি যে জলসা ঘরে বেলোয়ারি ঝাড় আমি যে জলসা ঘরে হায় গো কি যে আগুন জ্বলে বুকের মাঝে হায় গো কি যে আগুন জ্বলে বুকের মাঝে বুঝেও তবু বলতে পারি না যে আলে আর পিছে আমি মিছে ছুটে যায় বারে বার আলে আর পিছে আমি মিছে ছুটে যায় বারে বার আমি যে জলসা ঘরে বেলোয়ারি ঝাড় আমি যে জলসা ঘরে নিশি ফুরালে কেহ চায় না আমায় জানি গো আর নিশি ফুরালে কেহ চায় না আমায় জানি গো আর আমি যে জলসা ঘরে বেলোয়ারি ঝাড় আমি যে জলসা ঘরে আমি যে জলসা ঘরে থ্যাংক ইউ
Wow, that was really quite something. I wasn't expecting to feel like that when you were singing. It's
Thank you, sir.
you have incredible vocal control. I think each note that you were hitting was so crystal clear, and I must say your phrasing was excellent. I was transported almost to an actual Jhalshaghar. So, Prashmita, how long have you been learning? Clearly, you are well classically trained. I
I've
can
been learning
tell.
music since 12 years
That's a long time. And where do you learn?
and I'm learning from Pandit Tushar Datta.
Right,
My
right,
guru.
right. I see. Okay. So, thank you so much for singing that song. It was absolutely magnificent. It was really, really great. And do you perform at college events? And
Yes, sir.
yeah? At fests or what kind of
No,
events?
sir, of mainly classical program.
Right. So our college has classical programs?
Yes, sir.
Wow, I did not know myself. Can you imagine? So what kind of classical programs do our which events do you sing at?
Recently, ICICI, it's a conference happened, and lots of things like this.
Right. So you see, it just goes on to show, just like, and I didn't know about any of it. Like, as Ripon pointed out, we have so many technical communities. Clearly, our university has spaces for the arts to flourish as well. And she has been singing classical music, which I think is an art which might not have as much acceptance among the youth as it should, but it's part of our heritage, it's part of our culture, and it's what makes us unique, really. It's amazing to know that she has been practicing it for 12 years, and she also sings these kinds of songs at college events, and I think it's important for the youth to be inserted into our culture in this way. Otherwise we risk losing some of our roots, I think. And do you have plans for the future of continuing this? What do you study at
Hindustani classical music is my passion,
right?
and that's it.
Any plans of maybe pursuing this passion professionally, or would you like to keep it as a passion?
No, I want to. Still, I have no planning. Actually.
I see. Sometimes, that is the best thing to do, to have no plan. You take life as it comes. Thank you so much, Priyashmita, for joining us in our program. It's a delight to have had you today. Thank you so much. You've made our little session so much better with your song. I thank you for it. And now we go back to Ripon. And so I would like to ask you, Ripon, maybe it's a little personal, to go to your family space a little. How did your parents react when you started cracking these prestigious jobs one after another? What did they tell you?
So basically, like in my family, there were none from this background actually.
Right.
My sister is a doctor. My father was a serviceman for West Bengal government. He's retired right now. My mother is a housewife, and none from my mother's family or my father's family was into software engineering or IT. I am the first one to enter in this field. No one has any idea about if you have a family member in this industry, you will have a advantage, or you can say you can get guidance before you enter into it.
Right.
So tackling this, I got all the mentorship from my seniors only. My family was always supportive even in terms of monetary or supporting what I want to do in what I want to pursue in my career. My mother wanted me to become a doctor, but
like all mothers.
So I had a great fear of bioscience or biology in my after 10th. So I didn't even take bioscience in my elective subjects in class 11 or 12. I took computer science because I had an interest in it.
Right.
Then life moves on, and I entered into this field. I excelled somehow.
Right.
And it's going good, pretty good right now. My family is happy. Everyone is happy. Right
Out of curiosity, did you live at home during your period at college, or did you live somewhere else?
No, my home is 480 kilometers away from Kolkata. I
Right.
live alone in Kolkata from my second year actually.
Wow, that's quite a big thing to do. And how do you manage the house on your own? Are you completely alone?
No, actually I have friends over there, college friends. We stay together. So I don't have to stay alone. There are friends.
And who does the cooking?
Cooking is different actually.
No, if I imagine 3 or 4 boys staying together, this is the first question I have. Who is doing the cooking?
I have my friends, they are good in cooking. I'm not much into cooking and all.
I can imagine. So you see, the reason I asked him this rather frivolous question is that to achieve professional success, or to have an environment where you can go to your university or your workspace and excel, it's important that the home is taken care of. There must be someone who gives you an environment to succeed, so that once you come home from university or college, that you don't feel, oh my god, now what do I do? How do I take care of stuff? And it seems as though in the case of Ripon, it is his friends who have played that role for him, who have ensured that there is food in the house when he comes back. So, it's funny, but I think these things are important, without which it's maybe not. I mean, I'm sure if Ripon had to worry about his food, 24/7, he would probably not be so successful at hackathons. Often these things go unnoticed and unmentioned in our journeys of success. To go on, to ask a slightly different question, we speak a lot about this notion of sacrifice, and it's there in various forms. For example, if you think of, I don't know, the army and the military, then you think of the sacrifices they make to be there at our borders so that we are safe, and it is the parents of these brave young men as well who send their young boys to these roles knowing that they might pay the ultimate price. It's a certain form of sacrifice so that something else can happen, which is so that we can be safe, we can lead our lives without any kind of worry about threats, external and internal. Sometimes parents make sacrifices for their children. They maybe give up a lucrative job opportunity so that their child can stay in one city and learn and they do actually a lot of these things which as children we're not even aware of. But I want to ask you, is there something you think you have sacrificed in order for you to reach this stage? Is there something that you've given up, something that you wanted to do, something that you wanted to pursue that you kind of said, okay, no, I won't do this now, I'll focus on my studies or my career? Is there anything like that that comes to mind?
Not at this point. Like, I never had to face these sort of things because of my parents. I always have blessings of my parents and my sister.
Right.
So I never had to sacrifice. Like, I never got the feeling of sacrificing anything as of now. So
Right,
I think
I see. Your parents must be the happiest people on the planet. Indian parents, one son is engineer, daughter is doctor. Can you imagine what your parents are like at parties? How much they must be boasting.
Yeah.
And I think Ripon is the ultimate example of Sharma ji ki beta in a certain sense. Because he is an engineer, his sister is a doctor. I think his parents must love going to parties right now. And do you think your parents are watching this show right now?
Yeah, I guess.
I think they probably are. Is there a message that you would like to give them, maybe?
Yeah. Hey, mom, dad, I'm live.
I'm sure they know that you're live. But, okay, now just to make it interesting, would you like to say something that perhaps you've never been able to tell them before? And would you like to take this opportunity to say something that maybe you feel inside you, but you've never really said? Would you like to say it to them? I'm sure there are tears down the cheeks of your mother right now, but what would you like to say?
So, I have never mentioned this to my mom, dad, or my friends, even my friends or seniors. I wanted to formally thank and thank everyone that supported me throughout my whole 4 year. I have the blessings of my parents, my sister, my friends, my seniors, and all other mentors and my some college professors that guided me throughout my whole year, supported me, mentored me. I'm grateful to them. Thank you, everyone.
Right. Thank you, Ripon, for that touching little message. I'm sure it means a lot to your parents. I will take this opportunity to talk about a campaign that Techno India University runs. In Bengali, we call it Briddhohin Hok Briddhashram, and to tell you a little about it, it's a social awareness program where we actually go to various old age homes and we see what is the demographic of people who end up at old age homes. Because we found out that, or rather we feel that it's okay to be at an old age home if you have no one else to take care of you, if you don't have children, if you don't have family, and maybe for reasons that we don't know, you are alone and you're old, and that's one thing. But what we were finding out consistently is that whenever children were moving out of the joint family setup and they were creating this nuclear family setup, and let's say they achieved financial or professional success, they would go on to wherever it is that their future called them, maybe to another country, another city, and usually they couldn't come back or they didn't want to come back. And it is these young men and women who end up committing their parents to old age homes. And at Techno India University, with this campaign Briddhohin Hok Briddhashram, we aimed to raise awareness about this, that how because of changing times, you might call it modernity, I don't know if you would call it modernity or something else. Modernity seems a very polite word to use to refer to this. We raise awareness about this, that how due to professional advancement, a lot of young men and women, they kind of let it go, they let their heritage go, they let the people who held their hands and brought them up, and whereas they should be holding their hands now and ensuring that they don't have anything to think about or worry about, they usually go on and leave their parents. So this campaign is about that, and taking from Ripon's message, I think it is very important for young bright students like Ripon and other people, that once you achieve professional success, once you maybe go elsewhere, you study, you work, it's important to come and take care of your parents. It's part of our heritage, and it's something that we should not neglect. So what do you think about it, Ripon? That because it's a real problem. Maybe someone gets an opportunity for advancement. They go maybe to another city, maybe to another country, and then for some reason they don't wish to come back. Maybe they adjust to life somewhere else, but their parents don't want to go to where they are. They are comfortable with their life here. How would you deal with this situation? Because it's a reality we found in many cases when we visited various old age homes across the city and beyond.
Yeah, I definitely agree on that. Like, this is a real issue right now. Like, I had to stay, like, for college purpose, I had to stay out of home for like 2.5 years as of now. My sister stays in another city as well. My mom and dad is staying at home right now. So I guess this, and one thing about said generation gap, it is really a big deal right now. Families are becoming nuclear right now from joint families. So yeah, I guess but we have to deal with it somehow. Right now, because everyone has their own career. Like, you have to make a balance between everything, your career and your family. You don't have to sacrifice a certain thing to have something else. You can make a balance between everything. Like, I go to home often, like in 2 months or 3 months. Like, I just came from, like, for this event I came from home yesterday. So like, you can visit your parents, like your parents can visit you where you are now. So you have to make a balance between everything, basically. Right. That's how we will do it, I guess.
And how did your parents react when you told them they're going to be interviewed by the administration at your college? What did they say?
They were excited. They wanted, like, where is it going live? Like, I want to watch and all. My mom called me even yesterday and asking for, like, all the details. How is it happening? Like, I told everything.
I can imagine. It's a bit like because কিছুদিন আগে I think madhyamik result বেরিয়েছে, and we are inundated with these programs on TV where madhyamik toppers sit and they talk. Maybe she felt a little bit of pride there because it's a similar kind of program. I will take this opportunity to speak a little bit about future programs that we have. Our next program is on the 10th of May, which is we are celebrating, I think, Bengal's national event, which is Robindra Jayanti. We shall be celebrating Robindra Jayanti, and we shall have legendary singer Srimati Lopamudra Mitra, who shall be presenting a concert at this very link. So you can tune in wherever you are. We shall be live on Facebook, we shall be live on Instagram, we shall be live on YouTube, and Srimati Lopamudra will be presenting Rabindra Sangeet for all of us, and it promises to be a very, very interesting program. We all know she's a great singer and she's very erudite as well. So please join us on that day, and you can keep your song requests ready. You can also keep questions ready, which we shall be taking from the comments section. It shall be just like this. I will not be hosting it, someone else will, and the host will be able to take your questions and requests, and they shall put them to Srimati Lopamudra, and she will sing the songs that you choose or answer any questions that you may have. So we are coming to the final few minutes of our program. Maybe we shall do it for another 10 minutes or so. Ripon, what are your future plans? What do you want to do now? Are you happy with what you have achieved, or do you have some specific goals that you want to achieve that are still left in your life, or are you the kind of person who doesn't really have specific goals and will take it as it comes?
Yeah, so to answer that, like right now I want to become a good engineer.
Okay.
Like everyone says that they want to earn good amount of money, but I would say I want to become a good engineer at this point of time. Then like in future I may want to pursue entrepreneurship or something like that, build my own startup, build a product. Currently the market is all about AI.
Yeah.
Everyone is building products on top of AI. So like I have an interest in AI, so I may pursue entrepreneurship in my near future.
That's
What I can say. A plan about my future. It's not an accurate goal, you can say, but it's a bloody vision, or you can say a bloody plan right now.
Yeah, I understand. The path from engineering to entrepreneurship is a very common one. A lot of people, but it's a difficult one as well.
Yeah.
It's something that a lot of people dream about doing, but at the execution level, it's not so easy. You mentioned that you want to develop some product. Do you have any vague ideas in mind in what field you wish to do this, or is that not so specific yet?
As of now, I guess my mother wanted me to become a doctor, right?
Okay.
So like if I can influence somehow the medical field in India or in the world, you can say, so that would be great for my mother as well. I think she will be more than happy.
I think Ripon is Sharma ji ka beta Pro Max, because even though he has broken his mother's heart by not being a doctor, he's still thinking how he can perhaps make her happy by doing something in the technical field that might aid in medicine in some way. And I would thank you for it, because I think India for a long time, it has been a service oriented place where we more or less have been the back offices of Western countries, and maybe it is time for us to be innovating and coming up with our own programs, coming up with our own apps, coming up with our own technology, and to not simply be back office of Silicon Valley.
Yeah.
I think it's very important. And the thing that Ripon is saying, that money is important, but I don't want to focus on money right now. He said something very important. He said that I want to focus on being an engineer, and taking a cue from what he was saying, I think it is very important to know your subject well, to know your domain well, because you see, money comes and goes from one domain to another. You never really know, as he said very well, and now everyone is talking about AI. But you don't know how long this will last. It might just be the next biggest bubble that will burst, like the .com bubble or something like that. But what remains? What remains is your skills and your knowledge about your domain, which if you know properly, then you can transfer it to whichever new fad might be coming in. What do you think about that, Ripon?
This is the beauty of becoming a software engineer, you can say. So software engineers are generally very much transitive about their field or career. They can transition between multiple domains, I guess. So a good engineer should be flexible.
Right.
So everyone should try to become flexible, I guess, while they're pursuing their career in IT.
Yeah. And paradoxically, this flexibility only comes if you are very good in a small area, in the sense that if there is one particular domain that you know very well, that is what allows you to be flexible across various things. And it's important that students who are listening, I think, keep this in mind, and not just think, as he put it so beautifully, that because if everyone is doing AI now, I will do AI. In the next 10 years, someone does something else, I go there. That's not how markets work. That's not how life works. You need to be good at something that you pursue. So since we come to the final few minutes of our program, do you have any tips for young students who might be watching and who might be wondering that, okay, you know what, I'm good in my studies, but I'm not so confident in interviews, I'm not so confident in placement rounds. But before you answer that, what about you? Were you always confident about these things, or were you scared about it?
I was scared about a lot of stuff. Like in my beginning, I had a fear of stage fear, you can say. I become very nervous like when attending interviews. Like it will fade away when like you do practice a lot, give mock interviews, you can say. If you can ask your friend or senior to take a mock interview, it will, or you can just generally look at a mirror and like speak about yourself. Like the first question in an interview that interviewer asks is, tell me about yourself.
Yeah.
Everyone should prepare their introduction, I guess, at least. So if you are like confident, and there is one more thing, your speaking skills, you should be like proficient, not exactly proficient, like you should be fluent about yourself, I guess.
Yeah, that's
What
right.
you know, you should be able to express yourself. That's what matters. And the second thing that comes is your skills in an interview.
I will take this opportunity to remind our viewers that, you know, we have a grooming team in Techno India that is dedicated to helping students deal with the very specific things that he talked about, how to speak, and maybe at a more practical level or a pragmatic level, what to wear, how to sit, how to begin. These things are very important, and oftentimes in classroom education these things are not focused on, but you know, when ultimately push comes to shove, when you go to an interview, sometimes it's the first impressions. What are you wearing? How are you speaking? Do you smile when you say hi? These things often are the difference between if you get a job or not. And so as Ripon says, he was scared, but he got through it with practice, and that's what you have to do. So what would do you have any tips for the future batches who might wish to crack all these prestigious job offers that you have done as well?
So the only key thing is consistency and perseverance,
Okay.
I can say. So if you are consistent and not even perseverance, I would say only consistency. If you are consistent in doing something, you will excel definitely. It's like not about you have to be brilliant or something to crack any job offer or get to these, like participate in hackathons or all. So you just have to be consistent about what you are doing. So like for me, I was a slow learner, I guess.
Right.
So if someone is a slow learner, it will eventually like you will start learning fast if he's consistent.
Right.
So consistency matters basically, and everything basically in IT, consistency is all. I guess.
Right. He says something very important. He says it doesn't matter if you're not brilliant, if it doesn't matter if you're a slow learner, if you're consistent, I think it has a compounding effect. You keep doing something again and again, it pays off. So I'll ask you a final question. What would you wish to say to this educational institution where you were for 4 years, 2 years online and 2 years offline, and now you sign off and you go out by yourself into the world? What would be your message to TIU before you go?
I am grateful to the placement team, the grooming team, and my faculty members, all the faculty members
Right.
and coordinators. I had a great support of all of them throughout my whole 4 year. I am grateful to them, and also I'm thankful to everyone. Thank you, TIU, for having me.
Thank you so much for joining us today. So that's all, folks, as Bugs Bunny used to say. We end our program today, and we shall see you again on the 10th, where we shall have a live program with Srimati Lopamudra Mitra. And that's all. Thank you, Ripon, for joining us. It was great having you, and thanks goes to Priyoshmita as well, who presented a lovely, lovely song. So, bye-bye. Thank you.